It would be kind of funny to do that though, and just work it out with Mike to take care of it, but let the bill go out first.
We told him it's gonna be about $4,000. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Mayor Judge,
Here.
Commissioner Eichmeyer,
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman,
Here.
Commissioner Meeks, absent, Commissioner Dolger, absent.
Well, they've left you two to do all the work this evening. I need approval of minutes of a meeting held October 18th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I can make the motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Eichmeyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dolger, Commissioner Meeks, absent.
Get you.
Visitors.
That's right. Leslie Hipsher from the Wabash Chamber of Commerce. Welcome.
Hello, and I brought, well, since there's only 10 people here, gifts for everyone.
Yay!
These are actually just informative packets, but there's a little bit of Christmas candy in them. Isn't the presentation everything?
It is.
We're doing our standard, asking for road closure for the Christmas parade this year.
Thank you. Sorry.
So, the Christmas parade, as you'll see in your packet, there's quite a bit of Christmas information on this little flyer. We have this at a print company, but we don't have them back yet, so it's just on normal paper for now. You'll see a list of Christmas activities that we're gonna have in Mount Carmel this year. So, you'll see that the Christmas parade is scheduled for Saturday, December the 4th. And it'll be stepping off down at 3rd Street at 5 o'clock. It'll be the lighted Christmas parade. And we are asking for street closure from 3rd Street down to 8th Street on Market on Saturday, December the 4th.
Okay.
You'll also see in your packet a parade form if you all want to get a float together, and a Festival of Trees paper if you have any organization or the City of Mount Carmel would like to put a tree in the Festival of Trees. That'll be up at Merchants Park.
Okay.
You're in my bag. So that is my request to have the street closure for the Mount Carmel Christmas parade.
So anybody got any questions?
Nope.
Nope. Just work with Chief Speth and Chief McWilliams, and you should be good to go.
They'll be the highlight of the parade, I'm sure.
Make them the grand marshals.
We're gonna start the south end, or?
We're gonna start, yes, down at the Christian Academy and work our way back this way. That has worked well for us in the past, so not gonna reinvent the wheel.
Good deal.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the bag.
We'll
Yep,
see you all
thanks.
there.
Doesn't appear that the next visitors will be here.
They forgot.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
I assume they'll be in touch to reschedule their request.
I'm sorry? Yes, absolutely. We do have another visitor.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah, thanks,
Leslie.
I'm Herb Beaker. I'm the new reporter, or the old new reporter with the Hometown Register. I sort of almost know what I'm doing now. I've been at the business for nearly 35 years. So anyway, I've worked for several papers in the East Central, South Central part of Illinois. I am going to be the designated reporter for Wabash County and also for Jasper County. So I'll have long drives, but I look forward to working with you. I hope we'll have a good working relationship. I think that you know, I think, you're doing a lot for, good for the town. And in fact, I even took a photo with, on the, Christmas, on the, Christmas program with the firefighters and the medics and the police. So I think that's a good example of how the community does a lot of good for everybody. I just usually when I introduce myself, I've introduced myself over the years. I usually say, and I really do mean this, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I can't do anything if you put both feet in your mouth. And that's, especially during a public meeting. And that's not gotcha journalism, it just, you know, if you really say something that's really not good and it's sort of showing maybe how the debate is getting a little vindictive and all that, there's a good chance I might put that in. I gave an example at the county commissioners meeting about 25 years ago. We had a county board member who apparently when the debate over health insurance, and of course it was local firms that were competing for it, which made it even more bitter, he did point out they didn't have too many doctors in the plan, you know, the management plan. But then he just had to add another thing to it. And he said, I doubt any of them speak English. Of course, that was a dig against some of them being foreign-born doctors. And of course, that was in Effingham County. It's like, I mean, those doctors were well respected. So he, you know, and he was a little surprised I did it, but I just wanted to do that. I did that for a simple reason. One, he was stupid enough to say it in public. And two, it showed how bitter and how ridiculous the debate was going over that issue. So it was not, I was trying a gotcha thing with him. And I am not a gotcha journalist. I will try not to surprise you if you don't write the story. I'm gonna try to get your comments before we do anything that might be critical of the city or critical of the council. So that's been my sort of, you know, trying to be honest, trying to be fair as best I can. So I look forward to working with you. So like I said, can't guarantee I'll be at every meeting. You know, I also covered sports, so who knows what may be coming up during the winter here. So, you know, might be some important games or something like that. So, but I look forward to working with you.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome. And Maggie, do not leave, and I have something that belongs to you from the pool that you left this summer. So, anyways, all right. Another present, yeah, actually. My report this evening, I'll kind of keep it short. I will bring to the council, or actually Mr. Turner will be bringing it, something that we've been working on for a while. It's called the Occupancy Ordinance for businesses and commercial properties here in the corporate city limits of Mount Carmel. The city has been put on the hook many times in the past few years on taking care of buildings that are not kept up, that have basically fallen down or had fires in them and things like that. And we're going to be putting an ordinance in place to ensure that the city and the tax-paying bodies are no longer responsible for that. A lot of funds that in the corporate insurance world, as far as commercial and businesses, a lot of the insurances are not from the state of Illinois. They're from elsewhere. The City of Mount Carmel, like every other municipality, they receive funds called the Foreign Firefighters Tax. And that is from insurance companies. It's 2% of what the insurance policy value is, and it goes directly to the City of Mount Carmel and helps fund for equipment. But if businesses and commercial properties are not covering their property with the proper insurance, we don't get that money because it's never reported and they don't have insurance on their property. And when they have fires or other structure issues, there is no way for the city to get back the monies that we put out to take care of businesses that have been either fallen down or caught on fire. So this will ensure that everybody is paying for their insurance, and we will get a copy. Basically, will be a rider on their insurance policy. We do that now with contractors, and it works very well. So we know when people have the proper contracting licenses and insurance. So, and this will cover businesses and commercial properties within the corporate city limits. It'll also have in it about conforming or non-conforming buildings and structures and uses. And then we'll also make sure that when a new business comes into town and they're using the proper building for what that building was intended for. So hopefully this will keep from issues happening in the future that we're experiencing right now and have in the past. Because when the city has to tear down a building, I mean, we spent, was it $48,000 on tearing down the Walters buildings, Mr. Turner?
48,000, I know for a snap on Walters may have actually been more than.
I think it was 60, yes.
I think it was,
And then, you know, we had to tear down Hadley's, and that was no cheap venture. That was another 50,000 plus. And then the Warren building, which that was another $50,000 plus. There's only so much money that we get, and we just can't keep going down that road any longer. So hopefully the council will see some value in that, and we'll get that passed in the next two meetings. I will, during his report, allow Chief McWilliams to talk about how Halloween went and the Cherry Street closure. I know I've received a lot of positive comments on the Cherry Street closure and also the two nights of trick-or-treating. Right now, they're paving, with our FAU project, they're paving 5th Street, and they're moving to Oak Street tomorrow, and hopefully that project will be done sometime this week. Nice new paved roads, and so there again, we're working on the infrastructure here in Mount Carmel. Also want to give a huge shout out to the Kiwanis on their pancake breakfast. It was very good. I saw Commissioner Dogger had his son Brooks there working very hard while Commissioner Dogger was talking. But hey, he says you got to raise them strong, so that's good. But no, the pancake breakfast was wonderful. Also a big shout out to Mount Carmel Public Utility for the Riverview Ramble Half Marathon. Big shout out to Commissioner Zimmerman's son, Max. He ran it. How well did he do? I didn't hear a time, but.
He did it in 2:01.
2:01.
First in his age group.
And then Mr. Turner's wife, Carissa, was 10 seconds behind Max.
Yes. Yep.
You know, good deal. A lot of people. I did a half marathon 10 years ago, and, you know, they say if you do a half marathon, you're half crazy. You do a full marathon, you're just crazy. So I just stick to 5Ks anymore. So anyway, that is my report. Commissioner Meeks is gone. So Commissioner Eichmeyer, you're up.
thank you, Mayor. Just a few things to know, little receipts for the past 2 weeks were $40,229, expenditures of $153,205, leaving the general fund at just under $1.7 million. Pretty much was just a lot of miscellaneous items that come through in the last couple weeks, none of our major line items, but as far as our budgeted revenue, we've collected in just over $1.8 million on a budget of $2.9 million at 62% of our budget for the year. And we're right at 50% through the year, I believe, fiscal year. We just finished up 6 months. So pretty good shape there. I thought I'd touch on a few other funds. We've talked a lot about water and sewer lately. Sewer funds at $481,000, a little over, and water's at $160,488. But we had a large annual expenditure come out of that a few weeks ago that kind of knocked that down a little bit, but with the water towers, I believe. So, other than that, that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichmeyer. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. We had several things going on. The fire department has had several events. Luckily, they've had more public service this time than calls, so we really appreciate all the hard work that they've been doing out in the community. They were at multiple trunk or treats and finished up Fire Prevention Month by, showing the fire truck at different locations, the schools and things to that effect. As the police department is having a raffle, we also were gifted a fire truck, a Power Wheels fire truck, so we are selling tickets for that. Tickets are available from any firefighter and also at the fire department. just like the or just like the police department, same price. You can get one ticket for $5, or you can get 5 tickets for $20, so you get that one extra ticket. And then this weekend is the changing of the time, and with the changing of the time, just a reminder to change your smoke detector batteries and also your carbon monoxide batteries. So your smoke detector doesn't do any good if the batteries don't work. So continue to change those when the time changes, so that will be this weekend. And then I'd also like to recognize Mark Seaton will be coming up on his 25 years of service. As of November 16th, Mark will be with the fire department for 25 years, so I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mark Seaton for that. Garbage and leaf collection is still taking place, and the leaf truck's out on its routes. So if you have any issues or anything to that effect, just let us know. And I believe that is it.
Will the tickets be available up here at City Hall?
I can bring some up here,
Yeah.
yes.
Just,
Yep, we can have them available
on your
up here
envelope,
too.
just bring some up so Judy can sell them too. And
Okay, perfect.
if they want to bring the fire truck up here to display with the police car, that might help too.
Okay,
So-
we've got it on display at the fire department also.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Commissioner Zimmerman. All right. Mr. Turner.
All right, we have a first, and hopefully you'll allow a second reading of this ordinance. It's ordinance 2060, and basically with the park board, the timing wasn't conducive to all the members. So 2060 changes the park board meeting times. The board shall meet the third Monday of the following months, March, June, September, and December of each year at 6 PM at City Hall. Prior to that, it was on a Monday, I believe, or I'm sorry,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So, like to change that ordinance, reading 1 and 2, since 1's already been done at the public reading at the Parks Board. This is going to be the first one before commission, but I don't see a big, large group opposing the change in the time of the Park Board. So I just need a
We're waiving the second reading.
waive the second reading, and I need a motion to accept the ordinance.
I'll make a motion and waive the second reading.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Roll call, Mr. Turner?
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Commissioner Dolger and Meeks. As Judge, or Mayor Judge, said, the Fifth Street project will be done tonight. They're staying late until it's finished. And the Oak and College work will begin first thing in the morning, and they're gonna start on the south and work towards 9th Street. Hopefully that'll be done sooner than later. Tomorrow, though, we will have Pear Street between 6 and 700 block closed down while we fix a sewer line. So try to avoid that area between the morning hours of 7, and hopefully it'll be done by 3 o'clock. The park, we've been going out there, kind of looking at the equipment. Some of it was brought to our attention that wasn't quite up to par, and due to insurance reasons, we had to take one of them down. I know some people would like to keep everything out there, but unfortunately, some of these items just cannot be fixed. It's metal. After 50 years in the park, it's time to get rid of them. The city doesn't need more liability than we're already at. The fire department, we're extending those applications just for another month, just for a fact the cost is expensive for the city. And when we order these booklets, we need to use what we get. So we're hoping we get a few more applicants just to build a list off of. But I think it's worthwhile for the city if they're gonna spend the money to conduct these tests, to get as many people testing as possible. And Outside of that, really, the airport, I'm going up to the airport about once a week. We've ordered some stuff, trying to update some of the structures up there and improve the infrastructure at the airport, in my report.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Mr. Waldrop.
No report tonight, Mayor.
Man. Chief McWilliams.
Yes, sir. So, to build off of your statement earlier, Cherry Street, the road closure for Halloween on Saturday and Sunday went, to the best of my knowledge, without a hitch. It was very popular. I actually asked on the police department Facebook page just what people thought of it, just to get some feedback, because I quite frankly assumed somebody would ask me how it went. And no negative feedback was out of, I think, 100 and some. All were positive feedback, so it seemed to be successful. Some of those were Cherry Street residents that wondered why we hadn't done it in the past. So that went well. As far as Halloween itself, I don't think we had any issues whatsoever that were noteworthy. The PD has, just as the fire department did, we participated in the Eagles trunk or treat in the college. Very well received by the public. Then the officers also helped with the river ramble to coordinate that, which that seemed to also have been very successful.
Yep.
We're about to wrap up our raffle ticket sales, so if anybody wants any, we're probably under 100 raffle tickets left, give or take. So, we'll be wrapping up ours just in time for the fire department to hopefully pick up where we left off. So, anyway, I think that's all I have.
Was this gonna be our version of guns versus hoses? Who can sell the most raffle tickets?
No,
Like somebody got a late start.
Yeah.
I've heard talk that we have another police car that actually is being donated, so we might be giving away 3 things total. I haven't confirmed that second one yet, but that was what I was told. So it's a win-win for everybody. The kids benefit, so if good-natured competition makes more money, then certainly, but I'm gonna buy some fire tickets, and many of the firemen have bought tickets from us, and
Yep.
we're all on the same page, so definitely a very well-received surprise this fall, and the public has really stepped up and supported this greatly. I'm very impressed with the amount of tickets that we've been able to sell and will sell, and be a good way to raise funds without taking it out of local businesses obviously help fund the shop with the fireman cop. And this maybe will take a little of the burden off them with the residents actually stepping up and helping fill those needs.
Well, with the amount of tickets we've sold, as far as the police are concerned, it's definitely more than they write. So that's, a good thing for the community both ways, so. But it's great for the it's nice that people donated the units, for the fire and the police, and it's great that we're able to raffle them off, and, a child will, win, one of those, the fire truck or the police car, but in the end, the big picture is it benefits the needing children of Wabash County, so that's a good thing, so.
Well, and last year being a COVID year, I know the fundraising really there wasn't much fundraising.
Right.
For many reasons. So this will hopefully kind of offset a down year in the funding aspect of it.
Sounds great. Thank you, Chief McWilliams. Chief Speth?
Yeah, as Chief McWilliams said, it's a very good cause, and there's nothing like whenever you give the kids the gifts, just the smile and the hugs you get from it's just special. Really warms your heart up a lot, so it's great, so. On my report, just on your CO detectors, make sure they're not outdated. If they start beeping like every 30 seconds, that's usually a sign that they're outdated. They're usually good from 5 years, some 7, some 10, they vary. So, but if it starts beeping for once every 30 seconds, usually it's expired, your CO detector, so you need to get a new one. Every house should have a CO if it's, especially if it has gas heat, or gas water heater, gas cook stove, whatever, so. And as Commissioner Zimmerman says, you know, change your batteries, your smoke detectors, test them, do a fire drill, have a meeting place out in the yard, where if something does happen, you can go out and wait for somebody or your parents or whatever, that way you have a safe place to go to, in case something does happen, hopefully it won't, but just in case, so. Other than that, that's the end of my report, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Chief Speth. All right. Mr. Gidcombe is gone this evening. Under new business, looks like the only thing we've got is appointment of Tyler Jefferson to the Fire Pension Board and paying all the bills. So do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Eichmeyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman,
Yes.
Commissioner Meeks, and Commissioner, so I gave you both.
Yes.
And Commissioner Dogger are absent. One should say consent, right there, that one there.
Is Tyler considered in the consent?
Yes,
Got it.
he's in consent. And also, Mayor, I don't know if Brady had anything or not, but,
He said no.
He said no.
oh, I didn't hear him, I'm sorry.
I asked, he said no.
Okay.
He's not wanting to break his trend.
I've been on here, going on 6.5, 7 years, and I don't know if we've ever had the city attorney have much of a
I think
report,
Kelly
maybe one or
might
two.
have once.
Good?
Doing a great job, Brady.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything else we need to discuss this evening? Nobody? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. That one I can do that way.
Ooh.